Well, candidate Donald Trump has been dominating headlines and TV screens ever since he announced he's running for president. But some media outlets are now facing criticism that they are not treating the Republican frontrunner fairly. Let's talk about it with Fox News media analyst Bernie Goldberg. You hear that from Trump himself a lot. He says the media are horrible to him. Are they, Bernie?
Sometimes they are, but it sounds like whining to me. Look, it's totally unfair when the biggest tabloid in the United States of America, the Daily News in New York, runs a front page cover showing Donald Trump as a clown. That isn't even in the ballpark of serious journalism. So he's right when they do that. He's right when they portray en masse all of his supporters as dummies and morons. But the media also let Donald Trump get away with all sorts of stuff. Give you two quick examples. At the South Carolina debate, Donald Trump famously said they lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. 12 hours later, not 12 years later, not 12 months later, 12 hours later, on the Sunday talk shows, he says, I said maybe there were lies. Was it a lie? I don't know if it was a lie. Who knows? In my hard news days, I would have hammered him on that. I would have never let him get away with that. I would have said, no, you're lying. And then a while back, he sent investigators to Hawaii to check on Barack Obama's birth records. And he said, you won't believe what they're finding. Really? Well, what are they finding? To this day, I don't know what they were finding because nobody's holding him accountable. So, yes, sometimes the media is unfair. But you know what? The bigger concern from my point of view is too often they let him get away with stuff that they would never let another politician get away with.
When he rails against the media, it only seems to, fire up his crowds at his public events and so forth. You say he is sort of the big middle finger aimed at everything that people hate about politicians and politics as usual.
Yeah, I think Donald Trump, more than any other single thing, is a symbol. And the symbol is the middle finger aimed at everything his most passionate supporters detest in politics as usual and in politicians. So they'll ignore anything he says. It isn't only that he can give a liberal position on something and the supposed conservatives don't care. That's only part of it. He can say anything and they don't care. There was something John called the Tyson zone, named after Mike Tyson. And the Tyson zone meant Mike Tyson could say anything, and people would say, yeah, it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson could say, I think I want to become a trolley car. And people would say, well, it's Mike Tyson. Well, there's a Trump zone. Donald Trump can say, I think I'm going to move to Saudi Arabia and open up a bagel shop outside the Grand Mosque in Mecca. And people would say, well, yeah, it's Donald Trump. Well, come on, you can't take that seriously. But the serious point is that it's not good when journalists start to accept crazy things and just write it off as, well, that's Donald Trump. So Donald Trump can complain all he wants about how the media has been unfair to him. And yes, he will have examples to back him up. But by and large, they've been too easy on him as far as I'm concerned.
And he gets a lot of free media coverage as well. He should remember that. Bernie Goldberg,
right,
our Fox media analyst, thank you.